one day and on one meal.
3 eggs, 3 slices of bacon, a couple cups of coffee. That's what we're working on. Some Gatorade, just so we wouldn't collapse. Look at all those satisfied customers, how happy they are. No clue how long we've hiked today. 7 or 8 miles. Then we just did our little bike ride. And Mom's gonna pull me up that hill on the way back. At the end of our first day at Fall Creek Falls, we had been hiking all day, and we went on a bike ride to end the day. And I almost lost everybody because we did not take a lunch break. We had hiked about 9 miles, and the troops were getting tired. So we took a little asphalt trail through the woods. It kind of went through the Scenic Loop Road, and we were going to Piney Falls to look at Piney Falls. And it was a fun little bike ride. Like I said, we were kind of tapped out at this point. The ultimate plan was to go around the entire Scenic Loop, and we just did not have time or energy to do that. We had to get a quick ride in just to say we had gotten a bike ride in. Max and Arden were going back to school, and we were going to get them food and get them headed off before it got dark on them. So Emily and I would come back and do the rest of this tomorrow by ourselves. There are actually 2 other mountain bike trails that we did not do while we were there. We're not really big mountain bikers. There's the Chattanooga Trail, which is a big loop that you can ride on. It goes up to a ridge, I believe. And then there's one that goes kind of where we're going to Piney Falls. It just goes on a backcountry trail instead of on an asphalt trail. Max is afraid his bike's going to get stolen.
Rock to the right of it.
Time for a little picnic. This trip was the first time I got to use my new little bike rack system that I had built, and it worked great, I believe. We loaded and unloaded several times, and it was pretty quick and painless. So our goal today was to ride around the Scenic Loop. It's a one-way loop that goes, where we started was at the, basically where Falls Creek Falls, where the overlook is for that, and you just start going from there, and it makes this big loop, and we'll wind up back over at Piney Falls, and we'll fully explore that today because Emily and I have more time. And then there's a couple of other little overlooks that go along the way. Milliken's Overlook and Buzzard's Roost.
So far there's been 2 tragic deaths on the loop.
The valley runs both ways. That's pretty. And then I guess that's Buzzard's Overlook down there. We'll walk down there next, Mom. Oh well. That's a big drop off. Where are we?
Buzzard's Roost?
Yeah.
Buzzard, is that right? Yeah.
Woo!
Oh my gosh, she's coming right towards us. That's creepy. They said he would.
Alright, that's as close as I'm getting.
What can you see down there? Anything?
Woo! Get me away from that. pretty far down. So it's called Buzzard's Roost, and Emily read the sign and she noticed that it said that a buzzard may fly by and look at you if you go out there, and one did. Once we were done with that, we hiked back to our bikes and hit the loop again. So there's overlooks like that one back there all around this park, and that one was probably one of the more impressive ones. It looked out over that valley. It was really, really awesome. And we're about a third of the way through the entire loop, so then we'll basically just ride on the road here. And the road, I mean, you can see it's a one-way loop. It's asphalt. There are some cars on it. We were there. This was a Sunday, so we were there in the spring, so it wasn't too busy. But, I mean, the cars, they're not running you over or anything, so it's definitely a bikeable road. And then we'll head over to Piney Falls to hike there next. So we're leaving our bikes chained up there, and we're going down to Piney Falls. Look at this crazy rock. It does. It looks like a foot. Emily said it looked like a foot. Hi. That's where we're going. Suspension bridge this way.
The water's pretty.
Brand new suspension bridge. Very nice. So that trail was actually a little disappointing. After you got across the suspension bridge, I thought there was a trail that would take you down to the falls, and I read later that there was a way to get to the falls, but it was kind of, you had to do some scrambling to get down to it. But the trail was basically closed on the other side, so we basically just turned around and came back, and then we started to head back down the road, and we got back on the same little asphalt path that we had been on yesterday with Arden and Max. Except this time it was all downhill. It was a fun little ride. And we rode all the way back to basically where we started at Falls Creek Falls Overlook. So we went about 6.5 miles, took about an hour and a half. There's some elevation up and down, but nothing too terrible. Fun little ride. Now we're going to rewind a little bit and act like this didn't happen. When we got going, I evidently hit the wrong button on my camera, and I forgot to turn on the time lapse from the very start of our ride to the first little overlook. And it wasn't even really an overlook that was listed, but it was so awesome that I felt remiss not to add it to the video. So I went back and recreated that part of the ride. I did this for anyone watching this video because I know how important it is. Now, Emily, act like we haven't done this already. So for some reason, I turned off the GoPro somehow on the first part of that time lapse. And this is the first little, it's not even an official thing, but it was pretty cool. So we're doing it again. We will not let our YouTube subscribers down. We will risk death more than once. Isn't that right? And then you're just out on this outcrop of rocks, and it's a little spooky. And it's very windy today. We're also getting to test out the new directional mic. Go ahead and talk. Just go ahead and talk. She's talking. We're testing out the wind. Lots of wind up here.
Very windy.
she's leaving me without pushing me off. That's a good sign. So if you're a golfer, and I'm not, you can go golfing at Fall Creek Falls. We timed the rain perfect.
Yeah, it's pretty steady now.
That would not be a fun bike ride. We're going to Chattanooga to see Molly because she does not get a spring break. Because she's in the nursing program. She's in honors. She has her scholastic aptitude is beyond most people's, and you know she's pretty incredible. And see, I sometimes make fun of people when they talk about their kids being so awesome. They're just people.
Our kids aren't awesome.
Yeah, oh yeah, our kids definitely are.
About them.
Our kids are incredible. They're the best kids, the best of all. Huge kids. Oh boy, she is happy mama. I've never seen her smile so big. Where'd you go, mama?
Went to the ice cream show.
The ice cream show. We've been here 3 times now.
Best thing in Chattanooga. Besides Molly.
Well, we love you, Molly.
No, besides Molly.
I mean, I know Mom likes the ice cream, but I love Molly. So we came to see Molly, had dinner with her, took her to the grocery store, and now Mom gets...
I said I would share, but I'm not too sure.
Wow.
Because it's better than I remember.
All right, thanks. Oh, it's all right. I don't want to be a fat cow.
Yeah, about.
We did another successful hookup. Wait, whoa. Another successful RV hookup. Wait. So our little checklist works pretty good. I think we're good to go.